You know, this Michael DeSillis was a special update, a breaking update. Did you know last weekend that all embassies across the Middle East in the Middle East and in Africa and in Thailand and other places out there in the Middle East have been shut down over the weekend? Did you know about that? They're not really making a whole lot of hoopla about that in the news, but it's public news. But we have some statistics that we want to share with you about this. We think all this is a distraction so that some force from the Middle East can come over here and do some battle here in U.S. cities. Now, the reason why I say this is because they've been having drills in Austin and many other cities across the nation this week for that type of scenario. So why are they having drills if there's not going to be somebody to come over here to cause some kind of mayhem or some kind of incident? You know, it's just like back to the Boston bombing. It wasn't real bombers there at all that used pressure cookers with bombing stuff in it. Those were all patsies, and they were killed to really hide the people who were leaving were the diplomats, which a lot of people forget about, were the two international diplomats that came over here from the Middle East. They were part of Al-Qaeda, and these people probably have ties that will do the battle here in the U.S. or in Canada. Lots of cities across America right now are on alert. As far as the vague of the threat, this is unclassified, but it's not. It's not a credible source, but it's a very vague threat of sorts. I wouldn't go and hide in the mountains or hide under the tables and all. It's nothing to really worry about, I don't think. But however, something probably may happen in one or a couple of cities across the nation. So just be on the lookout. If it does, report it to all authorities that you know, police, fire, that sort of thing. And not to be scared, but you need to know as a general public what may happen if something does happen. Because like I said, they have been doing drills all across America. Strategies tell that I think this all stuff from the Middle East is a hoax. I really do. I think it's also a distraction because I think they're going to really do something here in the United States somewhere. And I don't mean to scare anybody, but I really feel that in my gut. So what I'm telling you is just be on the lookout. Don't be scared. Live your life normally. Do your things as you're planning to do this weekend and next week. And don't let these terrorist things scare you, but be vigilant. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right? Be vigilant. And the thing is, because everything that is going on, what we've seen in the press and what our president's been doing is to undermine Christianity. And he seems like he's all for the Muslim and the Allah religion, but as far as Christianity and other religions, he don't really care much about. And if he does, then he needs to show it, because I don't see it. Because it seems like more Christians all around the world, in other countries, have been persecuted, and even in this country, some not put to death but jailed because they're speaking out of their faith, and that is so evil and so wrong. When yet these people of Allah should be put in jail for the things that they have done that were contrary to, the will and goodwill towards other citizens of this nation, this great and mighty nation that we need to preserve and restore from what it has become today. As far as what's going on, strategies, just be on the lookout. You and personnel who are working for the government, be looking and vigilant. Don't be so rough with the citizens. They're not the threat. This is an outside threat that's coming into our country. And if something does happen somewhere here in a few cities across America, we need to be on the lookout, because we need to defend our homeland, and we need to also work with our citizens. They're not the threat. This is from an outside source. Why? Because someone's allowing them to come in here. If they were allowed to come in here, and someone high in the government has granted this to happen. Because if there's a threat, everyone should be checked. And if that's the case, then therefore they should not be able to come in here and carry out any kind of plan on any civilian or any city target or any town or venue of any kind. So therefore, I find this threat I question the validity of it. If something happens, it's because somebody didn't do their job, or somebody did not, do what they were trained to do, or someone just let them in, and that's why that mayhem happened here. So you have that on your conscience, folks. If you're doing evil things, don't worry. The evil does eventually come back around, and it will come after you. I'm not kidding you. The Bible talks about this. The Bible teaches this concept. It is the truth, and even if you don't believe in the Bible, that's usually true about karma as well. When you take a dump all over everyone else, it always comes back around to dump all over you. So you better remember this. And that's no threat. It's just the truth, folks. So do the right thing that you were paid to do. Be honest with yourself and with people. And be a person. Don't push buttons and blow up people or knock down people's doors or do unauthorized raids or search and seizures on women or groping women that are not necessary, especially when they're not the target. The target is not here in America. It's an outside force that's coming in that has been hired by somebody high up in this government and is connected with the globalists in some form or fashion, according to public news sources like the Gazette, like the New York Local, like the Drudge Report, Alex Jones. All these people are citing these things. So they're not crazy. They're not tinfoil hat, because lots of people are saying it. Even some state-run media are also saying this stuff. So are they tinfoil hat too? I don't think so. So just be vigilant this weekend and next week, all the way through the end of August and into September. We could have a major problem on our hands, so people need to be vigilant. Even civilians, be vigilant. Because this threat, I don't know how valid it is. I don't know where it came from. It could have been manufactured. I wouldn't overreact. I would do everything like I stated earlier, like you normally are going to do, but be watching and be on the lookout, because this is a serious threat, the way the government has put it. But I would not really take it to heart and go hide and get scared and go berserk, because I don't think it's really not much to it. So, but just be on the lookout and be vigilant. Anyway, but don't overreact to things. Look around you, think before you act, think before you speak, and gauge the situation, okay? And always use your best judgment. Remember, this is America. Treat people fairly and equally. They're not terrorists. We're citizens. Remember that. We are people just like you are in the uniforms that you wear. So remember that. Treat citizens the same way. They're not the terrorists. The threat's coming from outside, okay? And just like those two nationals that went by that were paid over $2 million that escaped from the Boston bombings, those were the people that should have been questioned, not the patsies that were killed in place for those people to get away. Because those are the ones that were hired by someone, either connected with the globalists or connected high up in the government on the evil black or shadow government. So that's my update for the terrorist alert that's been issued on Monday of this week. So please be vigilant, but I wouldn't take high stock in it. It's Michael De Silva signing off. I'll see you tomorrow with another update.